Breaking right now. Dan Snyder possibly selling the Commanders? 7 News on your side with team coverage.
Rampant speculation tonight after the team says it's exploring potential transactions.
A teenager arrested in the shooting of Commanders player Brian Robinson Jr. And strong words from the chief about the violence. Plus, tainted baby food.
These are potent neurotoxins that have no business in a human body.
After years of I-Team reporting why major brands could finally be forced to explain why it's still on store shelves.
First at 6, that breaking news about the Washington Commanders and new clues the team could be sold.
So what do you think? Is it time for Dan Snyder to sell the Commanders? You can go to our website, WJLA.com/vote now and weigh in.
Tonight, we're on your side with live team coverage. 7 News' Brad Bell is live at FedEx Field in Landover with new reaction from the Prince George's County executive.
Let's start it off, though, with our team coverage with sports anchor Scott Abraham. He's live in Ashburn. And, Scott, you have new information just in from ESPN.
Yeah, Jonathan, just minutes ago, ESPN reporting that there's allegations right now that the Washington Commanders engaged in financial improprieties. The U.S. Attorney's Office opening up a criminal investigation into the Commanders. This is a developing story. We'll have more information throughout the night on all of our digital platforms and, of course, right here on 7 News. This coming after the Snyder family announcing earlier in the day that they have partnered with Bank of America for potential transactions. Now, what does this mean? According to a team spokesperson, everything is on the table, including potentially selling off the franchise or bringing on a minority owner. We spoke with head coach Ron Rivera about this development today.
I think our guys have learned how to handle these types of situations, circumstances, because of who they are as young men, and they also understand that they don't know a lot about what's going on, and so they'll stay focused, hopefully, on getting ready for Minnesota.
This is such a drastic change of tone and stance from the Snyder family. They've owned this franchise since 1999, and they have been staunch in the fact they would never sell off this franchise or even consider selling off the franchise. Our very own Olivia Garvey catching up with Washington football legend Gary Clark earlier today.
I don't think they're going to full out sell the team. I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they may bring in somebody that also helps make the franchise better, quite honestly. Anything that helps your football team be a better football team, you want to bring that to the fold.
There are so many moving pieces right now. There's going to be a lot more information in the coming days, weeks, and months. We do know this, that any potential sale or bringing on a minority owner has to be approved by the NFL Finance Division. 24 of the 32 teams have to sign off on any potential sale. Let's go over to Brad Bell, who's outside FedEx Field. Brad?
Yeah, Scott, we've been gathering reaction to this news, and I got to tell you, the reaction is people are pleased. We're at FedEx Field. It's the evening rush hour. People heading home, they're literally driving by, rolling down their windows and cheering at this thought like the team had just won a game.
It's been a long journey to get.
Dan Snyder bought the team in 1999 for $800 million. Now, Sports Business Journal reporter John Oran says the Commanders are likely worth around $5 billion and could sell quickly.
Here's what makes it a lot easier is that there is a growing group of owners that would like to see Dan Snyder leave their ranks. So the idea is that they would want to fast track this sale.
It's also no secret that Snyder's departure would be welcome in political circles. Discussions with regard to a replacement for FedEx Field have gone nowhere as the team tried over the years to get the district, Maryland, and Virginia to bid against each other. Today, Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks issuing a statement reiterating her belief that the current stadium location is the best place for the team since it would be in the heart of the new downtown Largo and Blue Line Corridor development. People we speak to here telling us they'd like the team to stay as well under new ownership.
You know, new management, new ownership, maybe difference in how they run things could, possibly help the team better.
He's not doing the right thing. He's not helping the team. They've done nothing since he's been there.
Orand of the Sports Business Journal also believes a change could help with the team's evaporating fan base.
I think the big question is it dormant or has it gone for good? I believe it's dormant. I believe a new ownership and I think on-field success will unlock it.
So just a few moments ago, we got a statement from the office of Governor Larry Hogan, not addressing the notion of selling the team directly, but saying that they hope that Commanders leadership, and specifically team president Jason Wright, can continue to work with the county and the state of Maryland to keep the stadium and the team here in the heart of what they are calling that Blue Line Corridor development. At FedEx Field, Brad Bell, 7 News.
Brad, thanks for that. And 7 News is also getting reaction from D.C.'s mayor and the governors of Virginia and Maryland about what could happen to the Commander Stadium if the team is sold. You can find that right now on our website at WJLA.com. And coming up for us at 6:20, we have new information about Commanders star Chase Young.
Also breaking tonight, an arrest in the shooting of Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. The accused gunman is just 17 years old. 7 News' Carl Willis is live in Northeast. And Carl, police are still looking for 2 other suspects in this case?
That's right, Michelle. A second person with a gun on the scene and the getaway driver. It was just about 2 hours ago when a passionate Chief Conte stood here and broke down the crime that's happening in the city involving minors and illegal guns, also making a passionate plea to the community and to parents to do their part. But he also made it clear that it was the community that played a crucial role in calling in tips and phone calls to get an arrest here in the shooting case involving the Commanders' rookie running back Brian Robinson Jr. That shooter, as you mentioned, was just 17 years old when arrested, but he was 16 years old at the time of the shooting. Now, the chief also saying that they have recovered 3,000 illegal firearms from the streets of D.C. this year alone. He says that is an insane amount of guns, but he says there is another alarming number facing the city right now.
We're looking at the number of arrests of young people in our city. We're up over 12% to almost 13% over last year. To equate that number, over 900 juveniles arrested so far this year. That's a very alarming number. And again, when we see cases like this of our young people who not only impact the lives of other people, but also end up impacting their lives and the lives of their families, those things are very troubling to me.
Now, again, an arrest made in the shooting of Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr., but police do want you to take another look at your screen right now. The suspect image here, one of 2 additional suspects they are still looking for. If you can identify them, text the tip line 50411. Reporting live in Northeast Washington, Carl Willis, 7 News.
Carl, thanks. Toxic metals in baby food. It is a topic the 7 News I-team has been covering for years. The new move that could have a dramatic impact on the investigation.
And the temperature is still very mild out tonight. We have some mid-60s out, which is our normal high temperature on the day, which generally would occur about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Wait till you see the weekend. That and more coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, police say they now have busted a sex trafficking and prostitution network at massage parlors in Frederick County. This Bethesda woman was arrested last week and is now facing a long list of criminal charges. Detectives say they shut down the operations at a spa in Urbana and one in Frederick. Investigators were tipped off by residents complaining about suspicious activity.
Montgomery County Police need your help identifying this man. Take a good look at your screen. Police say he broke into Ola Beer and Wine last month in Gaithersburg and stole alcohol and cash. Detectives just released surveillance video to hopefully catch this guy. If you know who he is, call Montgomery County Police.
And a new development now in the push by Bowie parents to keep Pointer Ridge Elementary School open.
Today, the CEO of Prince George's County Public Schools released her final recommendations for the Comprehensive School Boundary Initiative. After receiving community feedback, Dr. Monica Golson has decided to delay the consolidation of Pointer Ridge and Concord Elementary Schools until the fall of 2024. The next step is to pass the recommendations on to the Board of Education, which will vote on November 10th. Only on 7 News at 6, the first lawsuit filed following an investigation into toxic heavy metals in baby food. Our I-team is breaking down the major new developments next.
Well, major new developments in a 7 News exclusive investigation on toxic heavy metals in, of all things, baby food.
A groundbreaking case is moving to trial alleging some of the country's leading baby food makers knowingly sell products containing dangerous toxins.
Senior investigative reporter Lisa Fletcher, she broke many of the elements of the story, as we know, with her investigations over the years. She joins us now with a major update on this.
Right, Jonathan and Michelle, this case may answer some very disturbing questions, many of which we've raised over the years, over exactly what the industry and the FDA did or did not know about baby food products containing heavy metals. The attorneys in discovery tell us they will now have access to things like internal emails, test results, and communications with regulators.
Contaminants in trusted baby food. It's made headlines, got the attention of Congress, even raised alarms among leading scientists. But never before has industry been forced to explain to a jury why these products remain on the shelves. Until now.
The data is truly overwhelming here. We're talking about toxic heavy metals, lead, mercury, and arsenic. These are well-known potent neurotoxins that have no business in a human body.
Attorney Pedro Misfandieri is the architect of this legal battle, taking on an army of industry Goliaths, including Gerber, Walmart, and Beechnut, claiming the toxins may be impacting generations of children.
Throughout the years, there's been study after human study demonstrating that the way in which these metals interact with the human brain can directly cause autism and ADHD. And this is the first time that we'll get to explore this issue in litigation as it relates to baby foods, which is shocking.
For years, we've been the first to expose troubling discoveries around this issue. We found the scientists who warned both the FDA and industry in 2016 of toxins in the food, yet nothing meaningful was done.
We said, well, you have a problem. They said, well, no, we don't. So, well, no, here's objective third-party data showing that you have a problem. They're like, no, we don't. We have the highest quality product. Well, yeah, well, we tested the whole industry, and objectively, no, you don't.
Congress didn't ignore those scientists, whose findings were used in 2 hearings led by Representative Raja Krishnamurthy that led to scathing reports on the baby food industry. Representative Rosa DeLauro, who secured millions in funding to ensure the removal of heavy metals in baby food, applauded the news of the case moving forward, telling us baby food should be one of the safest products we sell on the market. There must be accountability for companies that put their own profit motives over the lives and safety of children. Baby food makers named in the lawsuit say their products are safe and the health of families is their priority. Come next spring, a jury may decide if that's true.
All that matters is what the truth is and what the science says and what the facts say. And the facts say that these metals should never have been in baby food. They should never have ended up in the bodies of American children. And because these defendants ignored this problem, deliberately buried their head in the sand, this happened and they need to be held accountable.
The trial is set to get underway in May of next year. We will be following it very closely. And of course, you can see all of our investigations right now on WJLA.com.
So, Lisa, how high does the bar have to be for this case to actually make it to trial?
This had to be extremely high. There was something called a Sargon hearing that happened in January. The judge heard testimony from experts on both sides, and the plaintiffs had to demonstrate to the court that there was enough science out there on this issue to warrant a jury trial. And clearly, they have.
It'd be interesting to see what happens in that trial. Lisa, thanks very much. Nice job with this. With less than a week now until the midterm elections, we're learning that Stafford County is the latest to receive delayed voter registrations from Virginia Department of Elections. That same problem happened in Alexandria, Fairfax, Arlington, and Loudoun counties. 7 News checked, and we found out that Fairfax County has just over 1,000 applications left to process. That's down from 11,000. The Virginia Department of Elections blames a computer error and says it impacted 149,000 voter records submitted at the DMV.
All right, let's talk about the weather now. It was another beautiful day out there.
Almost too warm. You know, you're not expecting this in November. Bring in Bill Kelly now. And, you know, Bill, when you get this kind of weather and you walk around not only with short sleeves and flip-flops and shorts, you're thinking to yourself, wait, what month is this now?
Right, and it's going to get warmer as we get on into the weekend with temperatures upper 70s. You definitely will not need your jacket in any way as we get into your Saturday, Sunday, and even in Friday as well. Here's what it looks like outside right now. Some clouds floating around the area. Got a few breaks here and there, but all in the sunset, well, for the most part, obscured by the clouds. And a sidebar here, as you're looking at this shot, it's 6:15 or so this evening. Next week, this day next week, the sun will be setting at 4:59 p.m. How about that? We set our clocks back on Sunday. By the time we get to Wednesday, we're in the 4 o'clock hour. 64 degrees in D.C. right now. Still pretty mild. Most places into the 60s. We got a 55-degree reading in Winchester right now. Winds are very light. Winds are not a problem. They are pretty much non-existent for the most part in all locations. So here's the cloud cover. A couple breaks here and there. We got a bulk of that just off to our south. It's a weak weather system that's moving its way on through from the south, kind of cutting across. So as we show you the updated futurecast, it's going to stay for the most part cloudy tonight, and that will keep our temperatures once again mild. We're in the 60s now, some upper 50s. We're probably going to drop the temperature only 10 degrees, 12 degrees from where it is currently. And that's because the clouds are there. They're an insulator. They act like a blanket, keep our temperatures relatively warm. And then as that scoots off tomorrow morning, notice that we get tons of sunshine around our region, up and down 95. You're traveling off to the Midwest, no cloud cover essentially through Ohio, Indiana, back over to Illinois. You get into parts of Minnesota and beyond, and that's where the changes are going to occur. But for us here in the eastern half of the country, it's going to be above normal yet again, and the numbers are only going to go warmer from there. So out the door in the morning, the upper 40s for, say upper 40s, mid and low 50s for most spots. A handful of you in our far western areas could be down into the mid 40s. And then tomorrow, quickly warm up, 11 o'clock, 62 degrees. 69 degrees at 3 o'clock. We get into your Wednesday, or rather your Friday. Then we see those numbers work back up into the low 70s. Your Friday night football games, you're grilling, you're eating outside. I'm going to give you A+ for this time of year. I mean, really for any time of year. You got some 70s out there. In my book, that's pretty good. Then Saturday, Sunday, there's your temperature, 78, 76, Monday, 78. We're pushing the records, but once again, Saturday night before you go to bed, you're going to set those clocks back. By Sunday, you're going to get the extra hour sleep in the morning, but the sun will be going down an hour earlier, as you well know. All right, that is your weather forecast. Have a great night. Scott, we're going to send it out live to you.
And now, the Toyota Sports Desk, sponsored by your Toyota dealers.
Wow, what a day here at team headquarters in Ashburn, Virginia for the Washington Commanders. If you missed it earlier in the newscast, just minutes ago, ESPN reporting that the U.S. Attorney's Office is opening up a criminal investigation into allegations that the Washington Commanders engaged in financial improprieties. Now, earlier in the day, the Snyder family announcing that they've teamed up with Bank of America for potential transactions, meaning they could sell off the franchise completely or bring on a minority owner. We'll have more information throughout the night on our digital platforms and right here on 7 News. All right, in terms of football, look at this video. Great to see this guy back on the practice field. Chase Young, knee brace and all. The clock has started. He could be returning to game action very soon, coming off that ACL injury. Here's Chase Young earlier today about getting back on the practice field.
It was really exciting for me, too, just to know that I'm getting back to doing what I love to do. So I'm just taking it day by day when that time comes.
Yeah, so again, Snyder family potentially selling off. ESPN reporting the U.S. Attorney's Office investigating the Washington Commanders into financial improprieties. A lot going on here, a lot of moving parts. We will keep you updated throughout the night. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
New at 6, something in the water is moving back to Virginia Beach next year after the festival was held in D.C. for the first time last year. Now, many people complained about the logistics and said it was overcrowded near the National Mall. Today, Pharrell Williams, a Virginia Beach native, announced the festival is set for the weekend of April 28th. Passes go on sale this Saturday. And don't forget to weigh in on our Instapoll question, whether you think Washington should sell the team.
See you back here at 11.